What's going on, everybody? Today we're here to test out the brand new Mavic Air versus the Mavic Pro. Which one should you get and why? Also, just for fun, I'll throw in the Spark too, just so you can see the comparison. Alright, so for this comparison, you'll note that I take off from that orange helipad each time. That's just, of course, to give you guys perspective where I am and what the drone field of view is. We're here at the Riverside Park in Victoria, Texas. Just going to kind of try to take the same path with each drone. I want to say I'm about 30 meters high. It's important to note that each of these drones are going to be recording in auto mode. Of course, the Mavic Air and Mavic Pro are both going to be recording at 4K 30 frames per second. The Mavic Air does record at 100 megabits per second, whereas the Mavic Pro only records at 60 megabits per second. While we were out there, I was also testing the return to home preciseness of each drone. Being that I took off from that orange helipad, I felt like it would do a pretty good job. So here's the Mavic Air coming in. You'll see my controller is sitting there on the ground. No one is controlling the drone, and it lands pretty spot on. I would say within inches away. So next up is the Mavic Pro. Alright, so here we have the Mavic Pro footage. You'll note there's some people there just kind of watching me fly. Again, this is in auto mode, so you will see the shift in exposure, but I just wanted this review to be as fair as possible. Again, flying up to about 30 meters and going out to fly over the river. Something else to mention is I typically do fly with ND filters. On a bright day such as today, I would have thrown on my Polar Pro ND8 and taken my camera off of auto mode, but again, just to be as fair as possible, I wanted all of these drones to be shooting in auto mode. Even though I have this little helipad type landing where the drone should take a picture of the ground, it was literally about to land on me and my girlfriend here, so which is a solid, what, like 5 foot, right? At least 5 foot away from, here, I'll show you. So this is where we were. That's where it was supposed to land, but it was literally coming down right on top of her. I would have recorded it, but I kind of had to fly it or else I was going to hit her, so something to consider. And last up, Spark. Alright, so now we're looking at the Spark footage. Again, it's important to note that I do not have the remote controller for the Spark, so I am controlling it with my phone, which I do not recommend. That tree right there on the left already scared me as it is. So I don't really get to fly out as far, but I did try my best to match what I did with the Mavic Air and the Mavic Pro, so take a look. Alright, so this is a Spark returning to home. Of course, I'm just kind of watching it. I do have my phone, but I am not helping it in any way. So it kind of landed, I would say, about 2 to 3 feet away from the orange helipad, kind of in between where the Mavic Pro was going to land and where the Mavic Air landed. Alright, so lastly I was trying out 2 modes here on the DJI Mavic Air. This is the rocket mode, and I also did a droney mode. And again, these settings are all on 4K, 30 frames per second at auto. Lastly, what you're going to see is a couple of shots at 1080p at 120 frames per second, which is just incredible. One last thing to mention is that none of these videos have had any kind of color correction, no sharpening added in post. They are straight from the camera. Alright guys, so what are your thoughts on the brand new DJI Mavic Air? Personally, I love this thing. I love the portability and I love what it's capable of. Coming from someone who's owned the Mavic Pro, the Phantom 3 Professional, Phantom 4, I just can't believe how small this is and what kind of punch that it packs. I really kind of think I'm going to be selling my Mavic, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to get in a conversation with you guys. You know, I own the Spark, I own the Mavic. I think I'm selling both just for this. One last thing I forgot to mention, the Mavic Air costs $7.99 with one battery and it comes with a remote controller. The Spark costs now $3.99 without a controller. I think it's $4.99 with a controller, which I would highly recommend, and the batteries are just... And last, the Mavic Pro. Of course, now they have the Mavic Pro Platinum. It's a little bit quieter, supposed to last for 30 minutes. I think you could pick one up now for $12.99 if I'm not mistaken from the DJI website. So what do you guys think? I mean, the price point for this, the quality that you're getting, you know, personally, like I said, I think that the $7.99 price point for this is just right, just as it fits just in the middle of both of these drones. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below.